Hi, Alex. I just had a little statement. I hope this is recording for you. TIA's former CEO and president, Robert Voltman, made a video on YouTube and said that brokers understand that we have a hard job and expenses for the truck, and that is why in his sample he said if it was a $1,000 load, the broker would make $160 and the carrier would make $840. I'm here to tell you that is absolutely with 1,000,000% certainty broker propaganda. Whose eyes and empty pockets is he trying to pull the wool over? Not mine, and unfortunately for him, I am my mother's daughter, and I'm no man's fool. Robert mentions that they're not snake oil salesmen. So now I have a clear picture in my mind of who's on the other side of the line when I'm trying to book a load being offered at $1 or less per mile. Anything under $2.50 per mile is not a profit. It's only to run your truck. He mentioned that the marketplace for trucking is incredibly transparent. I am pretty sure he misspoke and meant it is incredibly invisible. Either that or he is blatantly telling fables. Robert says that shippers and buyers want the best rates and that they know there's not enough freight to fill all the trucks. Guess what else I bet you these shippers and buyers know? I bet you they know the costs of money that it costs to run a truck, that it costs money at the fuel pump, that it costs money for repairs, that it costs money for tolls, that it costs money for rentals, that it costs money for leases, for financing, for DEF. I'm sure they understand it costs money to really run a truck and a trucking business. I believe the shippers and buyers know that, and I believe that they are paying accordingly to the brokers. But, now I know for a fact the brokers are not paying the carriers accordingly. He said that the rates are going to be skyrocketing by the end of the year. Does anybody remember that happening? I don't. The market rates are doing the exact opposite, and they are plummeting year after year. What's the funniest part of his video? He says the broker's margin is averaged at 16% and is going to cover the team, technology, and their profit. So I'm glad he mentioned that, because anything now over 16% is just plain greed with a capital GREED exclamation point. And that is exactly what is happening and has been happening. We are not making a margin that is going to cover, as he says, equipment, maintenance, and profit, like he wants us to believe. This man is on another planet. Someone please send for his return here back to Earth. Not sure if it's safe out there in outer space. He says brokers understand that we have to manage and maintain equipment, and we have a tough job. No, they don't, Alex. They do not understand what a tough job is as a truck driver until you are a truck driver who is waking up and going to sleep and working all hours of the day. You know, we suffer from lack of sleep, proper food diet, lack of social interaction, lack of restrooms, lack of parking, lack of relationships because we're always on the road, lack of presence with our family, missing important milestones and events, lack of seeing my parents' golden years, lack of money to make a profit, and most importantly, lack of health, and so on. So please, his rates do not reflect, these brokers' rates are not reflecting that they even understand 1 ounce of what I just mentioned. So tell them to please just stop the insanity. I mean, I almost fell off my seat when he said brokers are incented to treating carriers right. If I was at Disney in the land of make-believe, that would be true. But here on Earth with the rest of the real world, that statement couldn't be farther from the truth. Although he says we can choose brokers we work with, you really cannot. These large brokerages like TQL have the majority of the loads. Some smaller brokerages will not even do business with you until your MC and business has been in effect for a certain period of time. So I don't agree with that statement either. We just cannot work with who we want. I have to work with who has the loads. TQL and these large brokerages have the loads. And in fact, this broker blacklisted me on a second load I requested to take from him in March. I was told by their weekend staff that he is not allowing loads to be given to me. Why? only because I requested broker transparency, because I did nothing wrong on that load. I did everything he asked me to do, and it was a very hard load. I had to drive empty that weekend from Carlisle, Pennsylvania to Long Island, New York, empty, mind you, paying tolls, and it was hundreds of dollars in a loss, just so I could get to another area where someone else would give me a load. This broker just punished me for requesting broker transparency. He refuses, still, as of yesterday morning, to pay me 2 of my 3 accessorials that I already earned for a second stop and doing a lumper for that load. Their first mistake, Alex, they underestimated the underdog. They didn't know that I only fight fights that I know I am going to win. But now they know I am their professor. I am constantly hosting classes in TQL, also known as Total Quality Lessons to Brokers in Need, on a daily basis. You could say TQL is one of my freshman students at the school of No One Outruns the Pink Cheetah. Lesson number 1, I never let them forget my name. My name is Pink Cheetah, and I'm here to say TQL and brokers gonna learn to pay. Denying me transparency told me, you know you waved that away. I promised them that ain't true. Now, as of yesterday, TQL is being schooled at FMCSA. Meow. I hope you enjoy my little statement, and any other questions you may have, ask my attorney, and I'll be able to answer them for you. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.